The Terriers of Boston University punched their ticket to the TD Garden for the 4th consecutive year with a 2-1 victory and a 2-game sweep of the UCONN Huskies in the Hockey East quarterfinals at Parker Rink on Saturday night. BU freshman Brady Tkachuk converted on the power play with 3.1 seconds remaining in the first period to give the Terriers a 1-0 lead.
Fabro walks it, 5 seconds. Tkachuk, blister and a goal! Brady Tkachuk from the far circle gives the Terriers the lead with 3.1 left here in the first period.
The Huskies then counted just short of the game's halfway mark on a goal by Max Calter to even the game at 1-1. Later in the second period, ever-patient freshman Logan Cockrell cashed in to allow the Terriers to reclaim a lead they would not relinquish in the final period.
Bowers now with a steal from Masonis. Bowers in front. Cockrell holds and scores! Logan Cockrell gives the Terriers the lead back with 3:08 left second period.
The Terriers successfully defended down the stretch, led by a stellar 36-save effort from netminder Jake Ottinger. The Terriers will get on the green line and look to extend their season on Friday night versus Boston College at TD Garden. We'll have it all here on the Terrier Sports Radio Network.
Well, first of all, I mean, we're not going to play a team that plays harder than that. And not only do they play hard, they got good players and they're well coached. And, you know, I'm really proud of our guys, the way we competed tonight. This was a completely different game than last night's game. I thought we got off to a really good start. I thought at times our youth showed a little bit. I thought we played a little bit nervous. But, you know, to me, we showed a lot of characteristics that we're going to need moving forward. And obviously there are things we're going to have to clean up, and we got to be better in certain areas. But I think any team can say that at this point. You know, any team can say that when you're dealing with 18 to 23-year-olds. But, you know, you got to be able to compete. You got to handle adversity. You know, that stretch where we took about 4 icings and just had to battle and weather the storm, I mean, that's a good sign. You know, take icings. You know, 3 months ago we would have handed them a puck and it would have been in the back of our net, and we just kind of lived another day. And they had some, you know, they had some chances of it because we were tired. But, you know, to be able to survive that little storm, and then I thought the next 3 minutes we had some chances. You know, we kind of came back, and, you know, those pivotal moments in games like this are going to allow you to win. And at this time of the year, and obviously our goalie stood tall. Our goalie was really good tonight, and our penalty kill didn't give up a goal, and our power play gets one. And if you can do that, that's playoff hockey right there. But, you know, I thought we actually were, you know, there were a lot of things we did tonight that we didn't do last night. We actually skated. We actually passed the puck. We actually hit people. Some of the things that are required in this game. And, you know, it was a test because, you know, that's a tough matchup for us. And they're good. And, you know, every time Max Latunov got the puck, I thought it was going to end up in the back of our net. I thought he was a beast this weekend. You know, it was just, we're moving on. We're moving on, and I couldn't be prouder of our guys.
Moving on, we just learned that BC won on a shorthanded goal in overtime, so you'll be facing them on Friday. And right now, it's been an up and down season, but 2 wins, it becomes a very, very good season. So thoughts about playing BC and what's at stake to win a couple games next week?
Well, obviously, our arch rival. We've had, you know, similar seasons. Both they won the league, but from a record-wise, in a up and down type of way, we've had a very good second half. They've had a very good second half. We had 2 great games with them earlier in the year. You know, we're not thinking about winning 2 games. We're thinking about winning 1, and you know, we'll probably enjoy this one tonight, and then start thinking about what's ahead of us for Friday night, and it's going to be exciting. It was a great game last year we had with them. Unfortunately, we came up on the wrong end of the stick. It's a new year, 2 new teams, and anytime BU and BC play, it's exciting. But when you add the semifinals of the Hockey East playoffs, it gets more exciting. So, you know, they had 2 hard games as well. I mean, you know, it's a hard league. College hockey's hard, and I said this last night, boy. You know, when you can win 2 games in the playoffs, that's a heck of an accomplishment, and we were able to do it, and so were they.
Too bad in your position as long as UConn's been around. Your first year, you know, you guys struggled a bit, but in general, how have you seen that program improve? I'm sure you've encountered them on the recruiting path. Kind of how have you seen them change over the last couple of years?
Well, they just get better players every year. You know, they just keep increasing the talent pool, and you know, Cavs. It was funny. I was talking to Bobby Motzko about this in my first last year when he was out here looking at our guys for the World Junior team. We were having dinner, and we were just talking about, you know, when you start a job and you take over a program, how long does it take? I said, how long did it take for you to feel like you had your fingerprints all over everything, you know? And he said, you know, it probably took me about 6 years till I felt like everything was the way that I would do it. And I thought that was, I said, 6 years, that's a long time. But as I've been going along, I kind of understand what he means. And, you know, Cav, they continue to get better and better because Cav, every year, you learn a little bit more and you're able to improve your program in certain areas. And, you know, so I'm not surprised they're where they're at. I mean, they're going to be a good team again next year. I know they lose bodies and they lose good players, but I know they got good players coming in. And, you know, Mike comes from, you know, a run in college hockey up at BC where they won an awful lot of hockey games and an awful lot of championships, so he knows a thing or two about winning.
Coach, in what ways has your freshman class matured and improved since beginning of the year?
Well, they've played so much hockey, I don't think they're freshmen anymore, that's for sure. You know, we have to rely on them in a lot of different areas when you talk about Kachuk and Cockrell and, you know, Bowers and Amonte and Ferentz and Crone and Consolo and Crotty, and I mean, these guys are in every night. You know, they're in the lineup every single night. So that's a lot of players that, you know, are new to college hockey, and you know, that's why I think we've had the stretch we've had the second half. I mean, we've, like I keep telling our guys, the group that just played this weekend, we haven't lost since January 6th. You know, the 2 games we lost, Greeny was gone. So, you know, I mean, we feel good about ourselves, and we think we have a good team. And
what do you think of Bauer? What do you think went into Bauer's performance this weekend?
Well, I thought that line struggled last night. You know, they get the overtime goal and they get the winner tonight, but you know, that line has been very good for us. You know, I think that line has been a huge reason why we've had this little run here since in the second half. But he's just, you know, he's plays so fast. He's got a quick stick, a quick mind, quick feet, and they usually all work together. And you know, he makes a great pass to Cockrell on the winning goal, and Cockrell shows great poise and makes a heck of a play on a great goalie. But you know, Bowers is a big-time player, and you know, he's got 30 points or 29 points, and you know, he plays in all key situations. So we're lucky to have him.
Coach, what can you say about the fourth line, specifically Pat Curry? A lot of situations where he was pretty nails locked down in the third period.
Well, those guys played well. You know, Phelps, Curry, and Shabbat. I thought they spent an awful lot of time in the offensive zone. I thought last night in particular, they were the line that gave us energy, had a physical edge to them. I thought they got pucks deep. I thought they, you know, caused UConn a little bit of trouble. I thought we had more lines doing that tonight. But you know, you need all 12 forwards going in the right direction, and those guys played playoff hockey all weekend.
On it briefly, but can you talk about the play of Ottinger tonight?
Well, when you give up 1 goal on, you know, 37 shots, your goalie's pretty damn good, and he was pretty damn good tonight, that's for sure. And I don't need to watch the film to figure that out. I watched it live, and I look at the stats. He made some big saves. When your penalty kill stands up and, you know, doesn't give up a goal in 3 opportunities, your goalie usually is your best penalty killer, and that certainly was the case tonight.
In a similar vein, they put 37 shots on net. What did you think of your defense play, being able to keep all but 1 out of the net?
Well, I thought we did a good job keeping things on the perimeter, and especially in the first period. I haven't looked much in the second and third, but I thought we did a good job defending. You know, our problems were turnovers. You know, I didn't think we did a great job at times managing the puck, and that's where they got their opportunities. It wasn't so much off of our D-zone coverage. It was more off of turnovers. And, you know, I thought there was a stretch in the second period. We didn't do a good job of pursuing the puck. We'd be in the offensive zone. It came out too easy. And I thought there were times, you know, I'm looking to the left. I see the weak side wing coming out of the zone, our end. And I think we're coming out. I can't really see because of the way the rink's structured. And all of a sudden we're going back in our end. So there were a lot of turnovers, you know, to the left of the penalty box in the second period. And, you know, I thought we did a better job managing that in the third.
So, Logan, I believe that was your first goal of Aganis, if I'm not mistaken, a timely one. Can you just walk us through it? It seemed like Shane slipped you a really slick pass.
Yeah, I think Fabro put it up to Shane or Bobo. I don't really know what happened, but Shane somehow slipped through the defense and found myself on a 2-on-1. He slid it over to me, and I couldn't get a one-timer is what I wanted to do right off the bat. So kind of stuttered and then was able to put it up top. Goalie was down.
I thought that was a case of poise, but I guess
You just didn't get that.
I didn't get the one-timer off. I wish I could say that.
Brandon, at this point, it's been an up and down year a little bit. You got to probably win 2 games. If you win 2 games, you win that league title, which is always a good year, and you're in a national tournament, which is always a good year. So what's your thoughts about going into next weekend now?
Yeah, pretty exciting. It's really nice to get to be able to go to the Garden. It's a fun place to play, and it's obviously a really good atmosphere, and we're excited to be able to play against BC. And it's something that we've kind of wanted to do all year. We wanted to win championships and get to the league championship. So to be able to put ourselves in a position to even get there is a big deal. And the way we played tonight is we responded from last night. So I think our team's moving in the right direction going into next weekend.
Ricky, what did you think of your team's defense? They had 37 shots on net, but you guys were able to keep all but 1 out of the back of it.
Yeah, I thought we played pretty well. I think most of the shots kind of came from the outside. They did have a little bit of traffic, but we picked up sticks really well, and Otter played super sound behind all the D. So, it's just when your goal is playing like that, it's really easy to go out there and play with confidence. So, guys are just getting body position, picking up sticks, sealing guys in the corner, and you know what? Like, if you're going to let Otter see it, he's going to save it. So it's something we really wanted to focus on today because last night we weren't too sharp in the D zone, but, I credit our team with how we played in the D zone tonight.
How have you seen the freshman class improve since the beginning of the year?
It's been amazing, how much poise they have now and how much confidence they have in their skill and, how responsible they are in our D zone. Like you see the poise, even though Coxie thinks it's luck. Yeah, he made a nice play on that goal. He made a nice fake and, he was able to put it home. Not a lot of guys on our team could do that. I'd probably rip it wide or, fall over. So it's something that, the freshmen in class are really starting to come into their own right now, and it's at the time of the year where we definitely need everyone pulling forward. So it's really good that we're getting a lot of help and a lot of leadership from our lower classes and especially our freshman class.
And Logan, going off of that, what have players like Brandon and other upperclassmen said to you guys about your season so far this year?
Yeah, I mean, whenever you come into the next level, it's tough, and it's those guys' jobs to be able to integrate us and put us in the best position going forward because you're nervous. You want to perform for those top guys, and the older guys, you don't want to be someone who is crossing lines. So all year they've been able to push us in the right direction, show us the ropes, and just show us where we need to be at this point in the season. It's being sound in the D zone, blocking shots, just stuff that veteran guys like Brandon and our captains know how to do. And you kind of see them doing that and follow off them.
So your power plays come up with 2 big goals in the last 2 games. What's been working well on the power play this series?
Coach Quinn just tells us to move the puck quick. So it's something that, if you're going to hold on to it and dust it off, you're going to give the penalty killers something to read and react to, and they can maybe take away those one-time shots like you saw from Fabs a couple times tonight. And it's something that, you're moving the puck quick, you're taking one-time shots, kind of get the other team turned around and get them a little bit scrambling on their heels. So it's something that it seems pretty simple just to move the puck as quick as you can, but at the same time it's super effective, and that's something that we've really been focusing on the last couple of games, and it's really helped out like you pointed out.
Brian, are you going to say anything to the freshmen about playing in a hockey's semifinals this weekend?
We've played in a couple of big games already. The Bean Pot tournament. They have some experience in an atmosphere at TD Garden and also in a pretty big game. So, you can't come in there and feel it out. You can't dip your toe in the water. You got to dive in. You got to be able to go in there and know exactly what you got to do and just put your body on the line because, it takes a lot to win championships, and sacrifice is a big piece of it. So you got to make sure you're, willing to give anything to help the team get that next one.
Neither of you guys are from here. You come to BU. You're told you hate BC. How does that? What does that look like? How does it? I guess, do you really hate them?
Yeah.
Right, but I guess how is that kind of expressed to you? Because I imagine it's kind of a weird situation to just have a rival all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's obviously a little bit weird. I grew up, didn't really watch a ton of college hockey, but it's something that's in the blood of every single BU Terrier that's ever played here. It's you hate them, and it's something that's never going to change. They're so close in proximity. You may know a couple guys in the team, but the second the sweaters are tossed on, you don't know anyone on that team. That's your rival. You're going out there and you're going to do anything you can to battle harder than them and put the puck in the back of the net and end up winning. There's nothing better than beating them. So there's no better feeling. There's no better team you'd rather play against. So it's definitely something that, it is a little bit strange at first. You all of a sudden just have a rival, but you understand it from the older guys. They've been here for 4 years, when I was a young guy, and, they really instill that rivalry in you, and you don't want to disappoint them because is something that really means a lot to them. So it's something that, you know, I came as a freshman year that really rose in me, like the hatred for them, and you know, I really enjoy playing against them. They're a hell of a team. So I don't know if I can say that, but yeah. So yeah, big rival.
I know you haven't looked too far down the line just yet, just finding out you're playing them, but what kind of motivation is last year going into this semifinal round with BC?
Yeah, it's kind of the same scenario as we had against Harvard going into the Beanpot. You know, they kind of ended our hopes for a Hockey East championship last year, so we want to make sure that we're going out there and trying to get our revenge. You know, there's a lot of guys in the room here that kind of had their hearts broken last year at this time, so we want to make sure that we're going out there and we don't want to leave anything to chance. We want to do everything we can to kind of put ourselves in the right position to be able to kind of avenge that loss from last year.